Holy hellhounds. Those dogs sound out for blood.
The creature has 2 fingers crammed into its mouth. With a faint pop, it pulls out a rotted molar and lets it fall to the ground. The creature before you stares with sightless eyes and leans from side to side, like a puppet without strings.
That's an abomination, is what it is. I can't stop staring at it.
It seems to be even more primitive than the rest of its species. Fascinating.
But it's kind of fascinating, isn't it?
That smell. I think I'm going to be sick.
The hounds perk up and stare intently at the ball in your hand. The hound grabs the ball mid-air and squeaks it joyously. The dog waits patiently for its turn with the ball, the tip of its tail wagging manically. The dog waits patiently for its...
Lucky find. Good find.
A dog is quietly curled in the corner of the cage, seemingly trying to make itself as small as possible. The dog's tail wags frantically. Suddenly, it grows very still and starts to growl. It inches towards you, teeth bared, as though ready to bite, when it suddenly stops. Its tail...
Ought to keep well out of sight of the Magisters.
Once there was a prison here. The creature's breath quickens as you approach, and it shrinks slightly, as though it expects you to strike it. The creature looks at you blankly. A faint, low groan rumbles beneath its stitched lips. The creature doesn't acknowledge your question. It stares at the ground and shuffles away. The creature stands completely still, fingernails pressed hard into its palms.
What is this? Some sort of Magister weapon? Fastened tight.
And you thought Rivellon was flat?
Garbage.
You aren't tired of my stories,
Yes. Is it an audience you desire?
so many years ago now, I can hardly remember the smell of his skin anymore. about that many times before, haven't I? Silly. You aren't tired of my stories, are you? That, of course, was so many years ago now. I can hardly remember the smell of his skin anymore. Oh, but I've told you about that many times before, haven't I? Silly me. You aren't tired of my stories, are you? Can you even hear me in there?
As the Magister turns to face you, you feel Fane stepping up behind you.
Have you seen these contraptions? This must be the Magister freak the blacksmith was referring to. He may have the very tool I need to craft my mask.
Fane cheerfully explains that he needs something to rip off a person's face, even demonstrating the idea by reaching over and tugging on the Magister's cheeks. Rather than reacting with horror, the Magister seems excited, very excited. He explains that he might have just the thing. However, having and giving seem to be two very different things. He proposes a trade. When Fane asks what he wants in return, the Magister grins widely.
Well, Sugar, now that you should mention it, I do smell something quite delicious on you. Almost smells like a Magister I once knew, one I never could convince to visit me here. Atusa by name. Bless you, Puppet. Oh, bless you. And here's the toy you wanted.
Fane is clearly not necessarily happy, but certainly content. He gives you a curt nod and stows the contraption in his pack.
That, of course, was so many years ago.
Is it not enough that you travel with me? Must you speak too? Go on then, bark away. Let's see if we can find any method in it.
Many times before, haven't I? Silly. You aren't tired of my stories, are you? Can you even hear me in there? That, of course, was so many years ago now. I can hardly remember the smell of his skin. Oh, but I've told you about that many times before, haven't I? Silly me. You aren't tired. Can you even hear me in there? That, of course, was so many years ago. I can hardly remember the smell of his skin. Oh, but I've told you about that many times before, haven't I? Silly me. You aren't tired of my stories, are you? Can you even hear me in there? That, of course, was so many years ago now. I can hardly remember the smell of his skin anymore. Oh, but I've told
The creature's skin has a faintly greenish tinge beneath a terrain of severely inflamed pustules. It sags beneath its own weight and seems not at all well.
That, of course, was so many years ago now. I can hardly remember the smell of his skin anymore. Oh, but I've told you about that many times before, haven't I? Silly me. You aren't tired of my stories, are you? Can you even hear me in there? That, of course, was so many years ago now. I can hardly remember the smell of his skin anymore.
Busy caressing Atusa's severed leg and gibbering happily, he fails to notice you.
That, of course, was so many years ago now. I can hardly remember the smell of his skin anymore. Oh, but I've told you about that many times before, haven't I? Silly me. You aren't tired of my stories, are you? Can you even hear?
You again, mister. I don't like it down here. Don't like a bad man found me on the beach and brought me here. But I slipped away as soon as we got here. I just want to get out. The noises out there. Please help me get out. I just want to go to the beach and play with my shells again. But that grate is too heavy for me.
Oh, but I've told you about that.
You take a deep breath. You have escaped Fort Joy at last.
How lovely. I could really do with a banquet right about now. No one amongst you is a gourmet chef by any chance.
Well, blessings be. I am most grateful to have traded a sunny seaside for a dank swamp.
Out of the prison camp into the bog. You watch my back, I'll watch yours.
The cat purrs loudly as it curls itself around your ankles. Looks like you've got yourself a new pet.
That, of course, was so many years ago now. I can hardly remember the smell of his skin anymore.
What the flying hell? Karen, you said this way was clear.
But that's what the log said, sir. No one's all for us to be here.
Well, the log was wrong, you idiot. I hope for your sake no one will miss him.
The Magister cocks his head, seemingly surprised at what he heard.
That's so. Tell me, what do you know about Zor? That she surely is. That she surely is.
Never was known for her patience, was she? If you're taking this run, the kid'll have to go with you. Feisty one, too. Liable to jump into the canal if you don't watch him close. That right, Han? He'll be alright once he gets settled in. We won't delay you. Karen and I have guard duty coming up. At least we won't be late this time, what with Dallas sniffing around for escapees. Good luck to you.
The boy stands back from you, steady eyes narrowed in a wary stare.
Who are you?
I'm Han. So, if Anne, you helped me out of there, so let me return the favour. You want to get out of here? I've a boat here with plenty of room. Let's go. There's a place not far from here that's safe enough for our kind. It's out in the swamps. Ain't a home, but you can breathe for a minute and figure out what to do next. Let's go already. Came in to help someone escape and got nabbed before I could sneak back out. I'd ask you the same question, but we're a little short on time here. I know someone on the outside. She might be able to help you too, if we make it out of here. Guy named Verdas. He was close to some people I know. I was too late, though. The Magisters got him. They left precious little of him behind. You're telling me. Jump in the boat and I'll take the oars.
A boat. I thank the Divine, but... well...
The sturdy raft bobs in the canal's gentle current.
We made it out. Good. Better get a move on to safety before anything spots us.
He gives you a searching look.
Trust's more valuable than coin round here. You helped me, so I hope I'm making the right choice in trusting you. You need a place to lay low for a while. I know a safe enough place. My friends there are all in pretty bad shape, but it's safer than out here, that's for sure. Oh, they're Seekers. Don't know what that really means, come to think of it. They're kind, though. Magisters kicked them something fierce, but still they gave me water and bread and shelter when I needed it. You won't stumble across it in the dark, I'll tell you that. It's well concealed from prying eyes. But here, hand me your map and I'll mark the way. Careful where you tread. They don't notice me, most of the time. But I wouldn't beasts, spectres, bones, even void-woken sometimes. Seen things in here I've never even read about in fairy tales. Even saw a winter dragon once, but I make sure nobody sees me.
The serenity in the eyes of the granite statue seemed to infuse the air around the shrine. This place feels like a refuge from all harm, a place where fortune favors the fleeing. For the first time in what feels like forever, you feel safe. You know this is the statue's gift. You know the feeling will not last, but you are grateful nonetheless. You feel the statue smile. You feel it embrace you. You fall into the most comfortable darkness. The hooded man exudes an aura of restrained menace. As he raises his head, the hood falls back, revealing the gleaming bone visage of an undead. He grins in seeming recognition.
Ah, even Ben Mest, I presume. I am a friend. You can call me Zalisgar.
He spits something dark and viscous onto the earth. You notice the little horror wriggling deep into the soil.
Ah, the strong, silent type. I wouldn't imagine that twit Boris was able to squeeze much out of you. My, I'd like to have seen that. I hope he soaked his little red britches. You won't need to squeeze me, and I'd recommend you don't try either. You'll find it easier to corner Alexander out here. And this delicious little morsel called Shadow's Eye should help you send him to his rightful place beside his father in the Hall of Echoes.
The undead's bony claw pulls an elaborate crossbow from seeming thin air. It's cold as the grave to the touch, and enveloped in misty shade. He proffers it to you, along with a single rank-smelling arrow.
Ah, that should help. Now, run along with your new toys. I've my own errands to run, you know. Indeed I have. I only stock the best baubles, the choicest curios. Take a look. Precious wares, are they not? Until we meet again, Ben Mest. Need supplies? Be quick about precious wares, are they not? Until we meet again, Ben Mist. Need supplies? Be quick, precious wares, are they not? Until we meet again, Ben Mist. Need supplies? Precious wares, are they not? Until we meet again, Ben Mist.
The hooded man exudes...
Be not frightened of me, delicate. Perhaps I can even offer some aid, if you've the coin. Do you desire trinkets from the ancients? For the smallest of costs, I'll tell you. Barely a trifle. I only stock the best baubles, the choicest curios. Take a look. Precious wares, are they not?
With a horrific rasp of bone scraping against bone, he bows low before you.
Call me Zalaskar. Naught else concerning me is yours to ask. My business is my own, and none of it yours. You look like a one to know already. There's source in you. I can smell it. I can feel it pulsing with every beat of your fragile heart. There's ones like you close by, the Seekers. I came here with them, but Magisters sank their ship. The ones that live still? Cowering in some shrine in the depths of the swamp, twiddling their bleeding thumbs. If you're lucky, maybe you'll find them before something else finds you. Why, the undead, of course. We rise. We rise. There is a stirring. Have you not felt the whisper of the grave upon the winds? The covenant will be fulfilled. Glashel demisht vmashtim.
Zalaskar chuckles unpleasantly.
Not for you to know now. Worry not, short-lived one. Your fears are as useful as those of an ant astride a leaf perched atop a tidal wave.
Dead Magisters. I wonder who did this.
As you approach the woman, Thane gasps. You turn and see that he's fixated on her.
It's her! The wrinkled human that stole my mask. Please, I must speak with her.
The woman traces glyphs in the air, and you cringe, expecting a barrage of ice and fire. Instead, a bit of smoke sputters forth. She cries to the skies in frustration in a recognizable rail-thin rasp.
My lord, I've loved you. I've obeyed you. What's my sin? How long must I suffer?
She sees Fane approach and punches her fist in his direction. Her face flushes red. It's her, the one that destroyed the ship to Fort Joy. Her eyes flare with recognition. She demands to know who Fane is, what he is. No one should be able to craft something like his mask. Fane dances around her question and reverses it. Who is she? Who is this lord of hers? She does not seem eager to answer him either. The witch opens her mouth to speak, but something happens. Her face droops and her eyes turn black.
Fane, the traitor shall be destroyed.
Her eyes clear, and she turns her head to the heavens once more.
I offer this sacrifice to you. Return me to your side. Make me whole.
Aren't the only ones looking for me. But who is it? And why?
My false faces. Not as fair as my true visage, but better than being seen as a monster. I must say, I was hoping to enjoy a smug advantage over everyone else. Lacking skin may make me a target for mortals, but I am mercifully immune to mosquitoes. However, they are infuriating when they get in one's skull. I can barely hear myself think. Given enough time, I could walk from this island to the shore. But time is in short supply. I must procure a quick way off this island, and that means procuring a ship. Something which seems unlikely in the depths of this swamp. Perhaps we should explore the coast. Well, of course it is. It was crafted with care. 100% ethically harvested from mortals, too. The quality is second to none. Oh, you simply wait until the creature is dead, preferably of natural causes. Although that does limit your choices somewhat. You may end up with quite a few sagging faces. I will never understand why you have so readily accepted aging, or digestion. They are frightful pastimes. Up to a point, certainly. They are frightfully loud, but the selection afterwards is quite good. The faces are often what you might call fixer-uppers, but they're young and quite serviceable, if you get them before the flies do. Poison is preferred, of course. No marks to the face, the subject can be of any age, and death is often quite peaceful. Not for them, of course, but it's significantly more relaxing for me.
You are you, but more. You are another, but not. You look to your hands, your belly, your feet. Flesh you don't know, moulded into unfamiliar shapes. You cradle your aching head, where another's memories and wisdoms mix with your own. Your fingers trace a line from your head to your face, feeling not the creases of the mask, but the porous surface of new skin. You lower your arm, blink twice, and step forward in this new guise.
What's this? I found something.
We leave corpses to warn you away, but still you intrude on our rest. Was I ever so stupid when I wore flesh? No matter, our master was clear. None shall pass. You misunderstand me. You're not leaving. At least not wearing that skin.
yourself! I sense something nearby.
Almost make you out.
Did you hear something? Even more corpses here. Good riddance.
Ah, that scent. Unmistakable. How did noxious bulbs end up here?
A skeletal arm reaches upward, grasping at empty air. Now free, the arm thrashes furiously. It doesn't relent until wriggling out of your grasp. The arm hits the sand and goes rigid. Its wrist rotates like a compass needle, a single bony finger pointing toward what? The arm's every joint snaps rigidly into place. It points into the distance like a compass needle.
What's this? I found something. These plants look truly sinister. They're arranged in a ring. Is that a natural occurrence? we meet again.
Vermin, thieves, pests, leeches. This world is ours.
More of them. These beasts are damn persistent.
Fall, die, pass away. You will not be spared. Your time is up. Squash the vermin. Hang the thieves. Ours. Ours. You are ours.
Let the Reaper for me.
They can keep calling us vermin, but we'll just keep putting them down.
We are the many and the all. We were first. We were first. We are the beginning and the end. We will return. child. Face on.
I don't see any children around here. Don't see my folks either.
The corpses of voidlings lie in heaps around you, a miasma of cursed fluid pooling at your feet.
Those filthy beasts were like rats. A swarm most vile, but vanquished as a matter of course.
Curse this vile island. It'll be the death of us unless we find a way out.
We can't get caught up in another battle like that. They're only getting worse.
No sooner have you rung the ornate bell than the face of a lizard woman surfaces from behind a rock up on the ledge before you. Her
Stand back and keep your hands off your weapons! Convince me you're no Magister, or draw one last deep breath.
Her eyes go wide with delight upon your mentioning Han.
May the goddess keep you for saving that little Lionheart. Young Han told me the story of his rescue. Oh, you are most welcome indeed.
With one graceful motion, the lizard throws down a tangled mess of vines for you to climb.
Come, ascend to the sanctuary of Amadia. You'll find you're not the only guest here, but the Great Mother provides for all.
The Red Prince interrupts as you're about to speak.
This woman is a dreamer. I can see the answers spinning in her eyes. Do rest your legs for a bit while I question her. You're too kind.
Red Prince and the Dreamer exchange courteous pleasantries, as if they're finding themselves in a palace hall instead of a death-ridden swamp. She introduces herself as Bahara. To your surprise, they next lie down on the ground in a seemingly warm embrace and fall asleep. What follows, though, is far from peaceful. They claw and thrash as if struggling for dear life, caught in the hold of some hideous nightmare. Then they wake, haggard, exhausted. They speak of a vision, Brahmos, and another red lizard.
Praise the daylight. I am now. There was death in that dream, chasing me like 100 hungry lions. But at least I've new directions. When we escape and find ourselves on the mainland once more, I must search for Brahmos the Wanderer. Then I will finally know the truth, the very secret of my soul.
Be welcome to this sanctuary, Amadia's eye in the storm.
You're certain it was Verdus?
You're alive! Wasn't sure you would be. Samadel, this is the one I told you about.
The dishevelled lizard eyes you with hope, though her hope is tinged with mistrust.
Han tells me you helped him out of Fort Joy. For that, you have my thanks. Can I ask if... Did you happen to meet a man named Gareth on your way here?
He'll be back, Samadel. I know he will. He has to.
He has to, indeed. We need our leader. And if he doesn't return with help soon, we haven't a hope. Have you heard of Shriekers?
Han looks down with a flinch. Samadel reaches out, grasping his hand. Her jaw tightens.
They're weapons that can kill with a screech. The Magisters patchwork them from living sorcerers. Don't misunderstand me. We're not afraid to fight, but we are powerless against Shriekers. The priestess at the shrine told Gareth some ancient secrets, some defenses that could be found in Bracchus's armory, and he went there, in the hopes of finding it, whatever it is. You're kind to offer, but you'd best talk to Gareth's squire, Exeter. He'll know where your talents can be most used. Now, Han, let's take a look at your nasty leg injury.
Catch you later, Skipper. It's good you're here.
Samadel's focus and attention is wholeheartedly devoted to tending Han's leg.
Rest, Jules.
Claude, turn your head if you can hear me. Matis, let me change your dressing.
I'm fine, I swear. See to the others.
Don't move, Jules. Save your strength.
The young woman chews her lower lip as she observes the injured before her. She bends to grab a rag, wiping her blood-smeared hands. She looks up and sees you.
If you're looking for healing, sorcerer, well, there's not much I can do.
My Lucian's locks. Stop fidgeting, lad.
She shoots you an angry look.
We don't abandon our brethren. As long as we draw breath, we'll keep helping each other. What kind of a man are you to say such things? Of course they do. How can you live without trust and companionship? They would do anything for me, and I would do anything for them in return. I've done all I can. Their wounds are too great. All I can offer them now is prayer and a cup of water. If you know a way, I'd be beyond grateful. Magic? All I've got is my own two hands and...
She trails off and limply gestures to her paltry makeshift infirmary.
I'm not even a healer. Ours was killed in the attack. I'm just a cook. Do what you will. Just don't cause them any more suffering.
Oh.
Claude, are you still with us?
Oh.
Lucian's locks. Stop fidgeting, lad.
Matis, let me change your dressing.
My Lucian's locks. Stop fidgeting, lad.
In an instant, my wounds have all but vanished. I didn't think. I was certain I wouldn't. Thank you. The Magister flagship. It has ballast that tore our ship into kindling. A shard from our own mast pierced my side. I'm lucky the others managed to haul me all the way here. Especially after I saw what the Magisters did to those of us they captured.
He shudders at the memory.
They turn the living into shriekers. Crucified wretches that unleash pure destruction on anyone who tries to pass. No, I wish I had a fitting way to thank the person who saved my life. As it is, all I can offer is, well, it's not much, but maybe you'll find some use for it. Thank you.
Cheated death.
Swear.
Thank you, stranger.
You healed me. How did you... Oh, never mind. I don't care how. I only care that today won't be my last. I don't remember much. I barely had time to realize the Magisters were attacking before I was injured. The last thing I saw were these things, these shriekers. Those Magisters are gonna pay in blood for what they did to us. If my mother were here, she'd box my ears for not being able to thank you properly. Though I reckon that walloping from the Reds was punishment enough. Take this, at least. It'll have to do. Thank you.
Heal them all.
I'm alive! I'm alive!
How do you have so much power?
You've healed us. All of us. I owe you a debt. We all do.
He lands a comradely slap on your back. His strength has definitely returned.
Don't you doubt it. This old war serpent's still got some fight left in him, especially now that wound is healed. The Magisters attacked our camp back at the harbour. I caught one of their arrows right in my side. That would have been a slow death. I've seen it before. Someone healed me. I was bound for death, and they saved me. It's a miracle.
A dwarf stands by a young woman. He seems intensely focused on her, whispering and singing softly in her ear. She's staring blankly into space.
Blood and bone. Fire and smoke. Death and worse.
Hush now, Leia. They'll not hurt you again. You're safe now. Once Gareth gets back, we're going home. You'll see. He'll be fine.
The woman rubs her neck, raking her nails across her skin as she whimpers. The dwarf starts at the sound of your voice, gripping the woman's arm for a moment before he relaxes.
New faces. Hope you weren't bushwhacked by the Magisters too. This one's seen a lot today. She were in the middle of it all when the Magisters unleashed their shriekers.
Howling dogs and men. Friends silently screaming through stitched mouths.
He puts his arm around her as she starts to sob.
She's delicate at the best of times. I asked Simone for something to help her relax, but Gareth's the only one who truly keeps her calm. If we didn't need her to remove Urda's collar, she'd be safe somewhere far from here. And now the rescue's scuppered. It were all for nothing. What do you think, Leia? Can you help?
She averts her eyes, staring at the ground.
They'll have more luck getting Dallas to unlock them. The poor girl's not in her best mind without Gareth. I wish, friend, but there ain't nothing you can do, and there ain't nothing I can do. Gareth's the only one that brings her out of herself. Without him, she's, well,
Duggan lays his hand on her shoulder, squeezing it tight as tears roll down her cheeks.
We were part of the caravan headed to Fort Joy, shiny collars and all. Gareth and the Seekers ambushed the caravan and freed us, saved every one of us from that hell. But now he's off searching for weapons to take down them Shriekers, and all we can do is sit here, thinking about the Godwoken we didn't save.
From fragments to whole. From their past to our future. From their hope to ours.
She ain't detailed, but she ain't wrong. The Godwoken are our hope that a new divine can be born. Someone to replace Lucian and push back them Voidwoken. Someone to restore order and protect the Source. I'd speak to Exeter if you want to know more. There's ways, but I ain't privy to them. One thing I do know, mind. The Voidwoken have their number. They react to Godwoken like no one else.
Barking dogs in wolves' clothing. Teeth in the sea. Teeth in the swamp. Teeth in the air.
Aye, there's enough of them about. But don't you worry none. Gareth will be back soon. Then we'll be home in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. We were part of the caravan headed to Fort, but now
The dwarf starts to sing softly as the woman rocks slowly in her seat. Before you stands a figure, her body wreathed in cloth. All you can see of her eyes are 2 dark holes in an ornate mask.
Armadia's blessings, child. I have not seen this face in our sanctuary before. Pray, who are you? As are so many, I pray you will be comfortable here. I am Gratiana, priestess of Armadia. It is a privilege to welcome you to her sanctuary from Brachus's vile swamps.
She pauses for a moment before answering.
We must always strive to help those who suffer. For many years I did not understand that simple truth. For many more, I have tried to right the wrongs of my past.
Despite the mask, you can feel her expression harden.
Time is a river, ever slipping by. It does no good to mourn what's gone before, only to appreciate where the current carries us. In this place I can worship the goddess Armadia and help those who come to me for aid. I live a good life. The person that I was is dead.
The woman freezes in place and starts to stutter.
It was nothing. Simply a turn of phrase. Nothing more. You know nothing. Nothing of my life. Nothing of the things I've seen. Nothing of the things I've done.
She turns away from you in a swirl of robes. As your hand wraps around her arm, your fingers squeeze down not on skin and flesh, but on solid bone. Through...
No! Don't touch me! Let me go! Intention is worthless when actions cause harm. All I asked was to be left in peace.
She flinches slightly when you mention her true self, but remains composed.
This mask is the last vestige of humanity that remains. The only thing that renders me fair to my people. Have you learned nothing of those that wear the mortal flesh? They fear all that is different, that is, other. They will not accept me. No, the most I can hope for is grace, and I have that by Armadia's word. Armadia is the blessed mother of magic. All that use it can trace their skill back to her grace. This is her shrine. She has sustained me here for many years, even when the evils of Brachus's swamp threatened to drown me. He is no more, thank the goddess. It has been many centuries since he walked Rivellon, although he still casts a shadow over this. He ruled this realm as a tyrant and beast. He stole its source and left only death. On this island he built and tested his weapons. These marshes were a playground for he and his necromancers. Many unfortunate souls were brought here. Blessed were those who died quickly, or died at all. I have been here for many years. It has given me a lot of time to reflect on the past. In truth, the torments of Brachus and of these magisters were not so different. Both purged source from this land. Indeed, the magisters have even taken Brachus's worst tools. First, the purging ones, and now those shriekers. Without something more powerful than these sticks the Seekers are armed with, those crucified monstrosities will kill them to a man. Their leader, Gareth, also demanded that I must do something. I argued against it, but he was very insistent. I told him of Brachus's cache of soul-forged weapons, arms not even the Shriekers could stand against. He ventured out to find them, but has not returned. I fear for these souls if he has come to any harm in the marsh. Without the wands he seeks, not one will escape this island. He set off north, to the ruins of Brachus's source armory, but there is no way to know what he found there, even if he survived the swamps. Walk ever in Armadia's grace, child.
Smoke and screams, echoes of death. Gareth, please come back.
Whisht, bonny barn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Smoke and screams, echoes of death. Gareth, please come back.
Whisht, bonny barn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Maybe we should fortify this place. Make a stand. No, we don't have the time. Think, damn it. Gareth would know what to do.
Smoke and screams, echoes of death. Gareth, please come back.
Whisht, bonny barn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us. You're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Smoke and screams, echoes of death. Gareth, please come back. Please, Armadio, bless and protect your humble servant.
Amidst the placid little pond, the face of a goddess lies half submerged in the water. Rivulets stream from her deep-set eyes like endless cascades of sunlit tears. You feel peaceful in her presence, soothed somehow by an intangible comfort. As you gaze upon her loving face, you find yourself drawn into a trance-like state. A voice seems to reach you from within your mind and from the furthest reaches of the stars. Its whispers caress you like a breeze. The voice grows stronger, like a breeze picking up. What were whispers become words.
My children, my children. Gone are my children. Dead are they in the cradle I have wrought.
Despite your reluctance to answer her, you can feel her presence gently goading you more closely toward her.
My child, weep with me for the mother who has lost. Weep with me and bathe in the tears of Amadia.
You feel the goddess's presence surround you, feel her nestle you tenderly like a mother. The intensity of her embrace deepens. Never since the unremembered days of childhood have you been so enveloped in maternal safety.
My child, I love you. My own, I will guard you. Wander where you will, and cherish the kiss of Amadia.
As suddenly as it came, the voice is gone, and you wake from its presence as if from dream-filled slumber. The pond now shines with an inner light, and standing in its waters, you feel rejuvenated, pure, as if born anew.
Amadia's grace, blessings upon this day. Smoke and screams, echoes of death. Gareth, please come back.
The goddess's tears still stream freely, but an aura of loving calm now permeates the soft, moist air.
Most of this is scrap.
healed? I feel better. Water, please. Water.
Bless and protect your humble... By Armadia's grace, what did you do? This is incredible. In all my years, I've never seen the goddess bestow her blessing on someone. I am humbled to be in your presence.
The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch over.
Truly, we are blessed to know you. If Armadia favors you, that is all I need to know. Go in peace, brother. And what might that be, O blessed child? Gareth. He set off to find the soul-forged weapons. North of here, you'll find the ruin. Nothing in this land can counter the Shrieker's power like those weapons. Without them, walk ever in Armadia's grace, child.
Maybe we should fortify this place. Make us dams. No, we don't have the time. Think, damn it.
Wished, Bonnie Baron, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Smoke and screams, echoes of death. Gareth, please come back.
Wished, Bonnie Baron, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Please, Armadia, bless and protect your humble servant. Smoke and screams, echoes of death. Gareth, please come back. Please, Armadia, bless and protect your humble servant.
Wished, Bonnie Baron, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest.
Echoes of death. Gareth, please come back. Please, Armadia, bless and protect your humble servant. Blessings be. What can I do for you, honored one? Gareth, north of nothing in this land. Walk ever in a...
The birds are asleep. The moon's in the sky.
Smoke and screams.
The seven watch
Echoes
o'er
of
us.
death.
You're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes.
Please
Rest
come back.
your wee head.